From KGW News, this is a special edition. The Good Stuff.
And by getting their nose out of the books and into exploring research and innovations and what's it like in the world around them, that's how you get kids interested.
This is so cool. Today, students from Hillsborough put their STEM skills to the test in a global competition. Hey there, and welcome to The Good Stuff. I'm Galen Etland. Thank you for being here. Those local teens used their science know-how to come up with the, let's see if I can say this right, refrigerator. Our John Goodwin explains how it makes sure leftovers aren't left too long.
I can name a million reasons why STEM is important. Unfortunately, the number of kids majoring in STEM-related fields is actually going down.
Dr. Rayanne Havasi is the director of the Center for Science, Teaching, and Learning. She says right now, 7 out of 10 jobs are STEM-related.
We have to start thinking of science and STEM as so critical and so important that we encourage our kids to get involved.
And that's the goal of the center's Clean Tech competition. This year's theme, Reducing Individual Impacts.
The competition was formed with the idea of thinking of ways for students to use their wonderful creativity to save the world.
20 teams were finalists, presenting their ideas this morning to a panel via live stream. These rising juniors, Ishan Sinha and Zain Othman Gomez of Hillsborough, make up Team Refriginators.
In first world countries like America and Europe, right, we waste a lot of food, right? Like nearly 40% of all the food that we have, we waste.
According to their presentation, the average American wastes over 250 pounds of food per year. Those numbers open the door for their product, the Food Track.
You can see it. Looks like that.
It's a tiny computer with a camera and battery. It detects foods inside your fridge. A mobile app alerts you if you forget to put the item away.
Food Track can detect when you take an item out of the fridge and time how long it's been out.
I am always amazed at how they innovate something. Ooh, it doesn't quite work the way it should, but let's do this, let's try this, let's tweak this. They don't get discouraged.
The winners of the competition will be announced Friday morning. There's a total of $60,000 in prize money for 1st through 10th place finishers. But perhaps the most important prize is the mentorship that will help further develop the project.
Like if you take out a milk jug and then you don't return it within 20 minutes, then you get a notification.
Right now, their prototype would cost consumers a cool $75, but they say it's worth it when you take into account reducing both food waste and overspending on groceries.
Such as checking what's in your fridge while shopping to make sure you get what you need, not what you already have.
We want the world to know there are still good things happening, that the good things haven't stopped because some bad things came along.
We can't wait to see how Food Track will help all of us. Thanks for watching.
So I have to apologize, I couldn't say their team name correctly, but what an amazing thing, right? That invention, I think so many of us could use that. No matter what happens in that competition, they are such winners. We appreciate them sharing that with us. Now that story got us wondering about the good things that your kids are doing this summer too. So we asked you to share photos on the KGW Facebook page. And let's start with Maddie Ams. Her son is learning new cooking skills. That's always good. That's going to last you all life long. KJ Whitwer says her kids are doing a lot of swimming. Looks great in the weather that we've recently been having. And sticking with the outdoors theme, Katie Kenny says it's about whale watching on the coast. That's always fun too. Finally, Randy Carlson's son is doing a lot of biking. We so appreciate these photos. Keep them coming and text them to 503-226-5088. Now, when kids go back to school this year, it'll mostly be online. And even though they won't physically be in class, teachers say the need for supplies is greater than ever.
We are having to enter uncharted territories with families.
Erica Ganay is principal at Earl Boyles Elementary in the David Douglas district.
And we are having to reestablish what the classroom looks like. And basically, it's a blank slate.
She's worried for her school's families, having what they need for kids to learn from home.
It would be like if we were reopening all schools without supplies in them. And how can we do that?
It's hard to imagine.
Daniel Ramirez works for Portland Public Schools Beach Elementary. He teaches PE and knows that will be a tough subject over video chat.
There's such a discrepancy in which kids have whether it's just the equipment or it's the space.
You know, every home is different, and you want to create not just equal, but equitable access for all of our kids, right?
Educators like them are asking what families will need for successful distance learning.
We want them all to have the right tools in the house.
From pencils and paper to computers and webcams to portable gym equipment like jump ropes and hula hoops.
The smallest things do help because then we don't have to use funding that we receive for our classes or for our school.
Teachers hope neighbors lend that hand to families already struggling.
And if we believe our children are our future, and we want to create equitable classrooms and opportunities for education, then we do need to donate. We do need to help support families in that way. We need to do it collectively as a community.
And you can help make that good difference through the KGW School Supply Drive going on right now. You can drop off old technology too on August 15th at Intel's Aloha campus, the Cedar Mill Safeway, or On Point Community Credit Union Lloyd Center branch. We've got all of that information online. You can also donate through On Point in Great Clips, any location, or directly on kgw.com/school. An Oregon woman who is a stroke survivor breaks a record while running the Pacific Crest Trail.
Don't believe the people that tell you to quit and that you're not going to ever be able to do something, because you can.
It's such an emotional journey and a great story. She'll share her experience and what it was like when we come back.
Go after your dreams. Dream big. You know, have a goal. If you want to do it, do it.
It's a good message from that woman from Florence who just made history. Lindsay Ulrich is the fastest woman to run the Oregon section of the Pacific Crest Trail. And another amazing piece to this, she's also a stroke survivor. Now, Lindsay finished last night and today spoke with our Ashley Corsland.
My days would be 60 plus miles a day we'd have to get through. And so we start, and sometimes it ends 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and some days we'd end at noon.
How are you feeling right now?
I'm still, I think my body still thinks it's running. But overall I'm doing okay. My feet are pretty destroyed. It's really hard to walk right now.
I can't even imagine. Now, this is video of her finishing in Cascade Locks. She started July 27th on the Oregon-California border. The entire 452-mile journey took her 9 days and 7 hours. A team of people, as you see, ran with her, helping with meals and documenting her journey. Lindsay suffered that stroke 8 years ago, and she still has some physical effects and memory loss. Running was a big part of her recovery.
Lindsay, what is your message to especially other stroke survivors that you have done something this remarkable?
Don't ever give up. Sorry. Just don't give up. Don't believe the people that tell you to quit and that you're not going to ever be able to do something, because you can. Believe in yourself that you will get through it. It's hard and it's difficult. It's not fun, and the times are tough, but there is sunshine on the other side of it.
A powerful message that we can all resonate with. Now, Lindsay and her team had champagne to celebrate. Understandably, she's ready to get home and relax with her family. But congratulations. It's so cool to hear that. Now, there's some more good stuff ahead. Some local moms are helping people celebrate special occasions with lawn decorations.
To spread happiness all around our neighborhoods, celebrating all of life's moments and making people feel special and important.
We'll have much more about their unique business coming up. But first, we want to share more of your photos showing what your kids are up to this summer. Well, if a good time means a good movie, here is an idea for you. The Portland Expo Center turns into a drive-in a week from today. It's the PDX DriveIn Movie Spectacular. It'll run through September 5th, and there's a dozen classic films, including Jurassic Park and Stand By Me. You'll find a full list at expomovies.com. You can also buy tickets online starting at 10 tomorrow morning. If you go, remember, you'll need to bring a mask. The Oregon Coast Aquarium will reopen on Monday. It's been closed since mid-March. Now, only 5 outdoor exhibits will actually be open, though. They include the otter, seals, and sea lions exhibits. A few things to keep in mind. There will be timed entry, and groups will be limited to 10 people. You'll find more details on the aquarium's website, too. Well, check this out. Making cider to benefit charity. The Portland Cider Company is raising money to feed Oregon kids, and you can be a part of it, too. It's the annual PDX Community Cider Program going on right now through September 30th. You can drop off apples and berries from your backyard at the Clackamas Tap Room. That fruit is then used to make community cider, and part of that money, the money made, rather, goes to hunger-free schools. 3 local moms say business is good. Since the start of the pandemic, they help celebrate life's milestones. And our Steve Redlin tags along as they set up yard cards.
Oh, we did their sister and brother. I would say 600 in the last 4 months.
Desi Johnson and her daughter Marlo set up a sign party, a popular option when you can't party in person.
Brooklyn really loves all things colorful, sparkly. She loves slime right now, unicorns, rainbows, and she always loves dogs. I want her to be really, really surprised and just really see the look of joy on her face when she comes in the morning.
Kristen saw a house across the street with a large birthday message. With her soon-to-be 8-year-old's big day coming up, she ordered her own.
I'm Desi Johnson, and I'm the founder of Hooray Yard Cards.
Desi started the business a year and a half ago. It was steadily growing.
You don't know what slime is?
Then, in April, with the pandemic requiring stay-home celebrations, orders went from 40 a month to a couple hundred a month.
I think one of our most popular items is our happy birthdays, especially for little kids.
And I did her grandpa's, I think it was his 89th birthday.
No more chemo, baby showers, bridal showers, wedding events. You know, all these fun things to celebrate every day.
Affiliates, and they own their own businesses. This is Teresa. She owns Hooray Yard Cards of Beaverton. And this is Jen, and she owns Hooray Yard Cards of Happy Valley.
The business is also spreading across the country.
We're in Oregon, Washington, California, Florida, North Carolina, Arkansas.
Desi helps get other Hooray Yard Cards owners up and running in just a few weeks.
To spread happiness all around our neighborhoods.
The good work does require dedication and endurance.
To the physicality of putting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 11, 13, 14 signs out a night.
I have little calluses on my hands now.
My knees are stained from dirt.
They're so big and over the top and fun.
Much of their business comes by word of mouth or from those who see the yard cards. For about $90, they set up in the evening for a morning surprise, then return in 24 hours to remove and reuse the display.
It's been really good for my mental health during all of this.
And along the way, the trio of moms has learned a somewhat soggy lawn makes for a successful celebration.
This is perfect. I love going up to lawns when it's long and skinny and you can tell they've watered, and I'm like, this is a model lawn, celebrating all of life's moments and making people feel special and important.
Like 8-year-old Brooklyn in West Lynn feels today. Happy birthday, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, let the sparkles go. Yes. All right, well, coming up here, the Portland Trail Blazers play their 4th game of the NBA restart. Can't watch in person, but you can be there virtually. We'll explain how. But first, photojournalist Eric Patterson takes us to Vancouver Lake for your moment of zen. Some good news for soccer fans here. The Portland Timbers have locked in their spot in the championship match of the MLS Is Back tournament. They defeated Philadelphia last night. Final score 2-1. They'll face either Orlando City or Minnesota in the finals. Best of luck to them. The Trailblazers are playing the Nuggets right now without any fans there. Our Cassidy Quinn shows us how you can still have some fun watching from home.
Guys, exciting news. The Trailblazers, they're about to play, and it's a home game. And I get to be one of the virtual fans. These are my new friends in my section.
It's pretty ingenious. It's through a partnership that the NBA has with Microsoft Teams, and they have these great big LED boards that line the 3/4 of the court. They're trying to create as much of a home court advantage as they can for the team that is designated the home team in the bubble. So they're filling up those virtual sections with fans watching the game on our computer, but then we're also put in a virtual seat so you can see yourself on TV. It's pretty unique, and it's really for the players inside the bubble because they're used to playing in front of these packed houses, and you got to think not only behind everything else that's going on in the world to go be separated from your family and your normal routine to play a game, and games that mean a lot, whether we're going to make the playoffs. So how can we make them feel as comfortable as we can?
Ooh, ooh. CJ! Get it! Ooh!
If you're not in the virtual stands, there are more ways to interact with the team on game day, like playing Beat the Buzzer.
It's a trivia game, so pre-game you need to go on to the Trailblazers app or go to trailblazers.com/buzzer. Some pretty big prizes on there.
Also in the Trailblazers app, you can tap to cheer for the team.
So you can see like a bar graph, which team has got the most interactions with their virtual fans. They'll pipe in that audio of, oh, the Blazers are getting a lot more cheers on this Tap to Cheer app, so let's pipe in a little bit more cheers for them when they have the ball.
And last but not least, you know how normally when you go to a game at the Moda Center, you walk in and you're handed a Rip City magazine? Well, now that's digital too.
It's available the day of the game, and what's great is that it's available for both the home and the away games.
Woohoo! Blazers win! We did it, virtual fans!
There you go. So home court advantage works. So if you're at the Moda Center next time we have fans inside the arena and think that your voices don't count, trust me, they count. We need all the screaming Blazer maniacs we can, virtually or otherwise.
Woo!
Very exciting. Now there are only a few more games left of this NBA regular season, so all of the virtual fan seats are filled up. But stay tuned, because if and hopefully when the Blazers make the playoffs, more spots may become available. And by the way, we just learned the Blazers just beat Denver 125-115. We'll have highlights for you here at 11 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining us here for The Good Stuff. And remember to keep sharing that good stuff with us. Text us your stories, your photos, your videos to 503-226-5088 or send an email to thegoodstuff@kgw.com. We'll leave you now with this shot from our Skycam on top of the Oregon Veterans Home in the Dalles. Have a great night.